Welcome to the hub of analytics education, preparing students for the future, millions of records at a time. The hub of analytics education is located in Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Charlie Bay Maldred, one of the co-founders of the hub of analytics education. The objective for today's video is creating a new table from an existing table by extracting the data. The business intelligence tool that we're going to be using today is IDEA from Caseware Analytics. IDEA is predominantly used by internal and external auditors. You're also going to need to get the sales file from the hub of analytics education. Once you have that sales file, plus your license for IDEA, we can get started. All right, this is where we left off the last time. We had imported our sales file and we had done some indexing, as you can see here. In the last video, we took that sales file and we summarized it by ID. In this video, what we want to do is we want to create a new table by extracting some of the information from this table and creating a separate standalone table. Now later on, we are going to need to have a full list of unique inventory IDs. And for our different data sets, we may have an inventory ID that might exist in beginning inventory that might not exist in the sales file or the purchase file. So one of the things that we will do later on when we create a relational database is we will use the master inventory ID file as our starting point to create the relational database. So we're going to go through one example of just extracting the inventory IDs from this particular sales file, and eventually we'll do that with all of the different files. So how do we do extraction? Well, there's a couple of different extraction opportunities here. We can do direct extraction, which we're going to do today. Indexed, which uses an existing index to narrow down the scope of the extraction. We can just extract the top records or the bottom records, depending on how we want to do that. Or we can also extract by selecting values in a particular key. So there's a lot of different things that we can do with this particular extracting. And I would recommend playing around and taking a look at these three indexed key value and top records to see if there's different things that you might want to do when you're creating new tables. For us, we're just going to do a direct extraction. So let's click on direct, and we're brought to direct extraction. And what I want to do is I want to extract all records from 1 all the way to 267,552. The database order right now has no index, so because I did not index this summary table. And we are going to have an extraction, and we can put in a criterion on what we want that extraction to be. So we're going to call this extraction, we're going to rename this, and we're going to call it inventory ID extraction. Right? The criterion we're going to have here, we're not going to have any because we just want all of the items. But if we wanted to we want to extract only those records that have sales greater than a certain dollar amount, we can extract that. Or if we only wanted to extract certain items with excise tax or number of records, so we want to extract anything that has a record where we sold it every single day or more than 200 days, we can do that. In this case, we don't have to do that kind of an extraction for this example, so there's no additional criterion. Now what we want to do is we want to figure out what fields we want in this data set. So we're going to hit on fields. We are going to clear all because I don't want all the fields. The only field that I want is inventory ID. So we're going to clear all, and we are going to select just inventory ID, which is right up here. That's the only one we want. Now you could also go in and create new fields when you're doing this extraction. So you could go in and say, I'm going to create a brand new field. What's the field name, etc., etc., what's the parameter? We're not going to do that here. We just want to extract the inventory ID into a brand new table because we're going to use these inventory IDs later on. We're going to join them all together, get rid of all the duplicates, and create a master inventory ID listing later. All right, so I think we're all set here. This shouldn't take long, so I'm not going to leave you, but we're going to hit OK, and we're going to create this brand new table. And that's all it took, just that quickly. Now I have a brand new list of inventory IDs. It's called inventory extraction, and that's what we're going to have that for the sales file, and we'll create all sorts of other inventory ID extractions later on. Thanks for watching the Hub of Analytics Education video series. The Hub of Analytics Education provides open educational resources to educators around the globe, supporting both higher education and secondary education. For more information, please visit our website at hubae.org.